Dodd, thank you so much for joining us today.
Happy to be here, thank you.
I greatly appreciate your speech today. You're the chairman and CEO of the American Picture Association of America.
Right.
You brought home some really great points. One being the impact of Georgia and what Georgia's been doing. And what are some of the things that Georgia has been doing that have distinguished it from a lot of the different cities in the nation?
Well, let me just start by saying, when Georgia is Georgia, it's pretty good. And Georgia is a great venue. And aside from the credits, which are tremendously important, I'll talk about in a minute, the film community likes coming to this state. They feel as though they're welcomed here, that people like having them here. So the credits are obviously a critical element, but it's also the reception that the people in this business feel. And you've homegrown now a business. In many cases, the director can get on a plane with one or two actors and come to Atlanta and doesn't have to bring anyone else because they're all here. People in this state now, because of the years of doing this, have developed the human infrastructure to make any TV show or any film, as well as anyone in the world. And so it's become a great venue. And obviously the credits, the governor deserves a great deal of credit. Johnny Isaacson, the senator who's been involved in the state for years, has been a great supporter of these jobs. $1.7 billion in wages now are being paid to the citizens of this state who are involved in film and television production. And there are literally hundreds of TV episodes and films that are being made here now as a result of those efforts over the years. This is the third biggest market in the United States for production.
Wow.
Outside of California and New York City, Georgia is number 3, and closing in, I might add, on the top 2.
Wow.
And so it's a great venue, and people love being here.
And you mentioned the financial impact, and I know you talked about piracy in there, something that's very important.
Yeah.
What is the Motion Picture Association doing to drive home the message that piracy doesn't just impact the movie stars and the studios, it's impacting the workers as well?
My point I try to make is why I mentioned this morning, 96% of the people who work in film and television you're never going to hear about or read about. This is what we call below-the-line people. And they're the ones whose jobs are at risk as a result of this, as well as the others. But the others usually get fairly well paid. It's that person who's getting a salary or a wage as a truck driver, as a makeup artist, as an electrician, as a carpenter, that is at risk as well. When you steal a film or steal a TV show, you're hurting those people. Tell me you can look in the face of that woman raising 2 or 3 children on her own who's living in Georgia, who's part of that production effort, that you don't care whether or not she keeps her job every day. So today we have a lot more legal distribution. We have about 400 legal distribution services for television and film. So there's less and less of a case, which was the argument before, well, I can't get anyplace else, so I'm going to have to steal it. Today, you don't have to make that case anymore, and every year we need to do a better job. My job is to make sure that there's more legal distribution of our products so you can see what you want to see, when you want to see it, and how you want to see it, on what platform. That's my job. I'll keep on doing that. We'd like to get cooperation from the search engines, take the stolen property off page 1 and 2 of your search engine stuff and put it way in the deep pages, if you will. We're getting a lot of help from the internet service providers, payment processors as well. So there's a lot of cooperation. It's getting better, but still a major problem. And so I'm glad you raised it, because piracy and theft of the hard work of creators ought to be respected more than it is.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining me.